Welcome back to the Lineage Devlog episode 5. Today we're bringing down the sword combat system, from base slashes to perfect blocks to the cinematic clash system that makes every duel feel alive. And before we get into it, let me clear up a common concern from last video. Your limbs do not take damage from blocking when using a sword. Limb loss isn't something you need to constantly worry about unless it's intentional, to be honest. That's why regeneration is so important for demons, because a lot of them fight with their hands, in update 1 that is, and can't rely on a sword for protection. As always, but now more than ever, I want to thank my Discord community a lot. 10 new Patreon members joined. Someone in the Discord named Sin donated 15 server boosts, which allowed us to reach our goal of 20, along with the other members who donated before him. He's a great guy. Because of him, I was able to polish the server a lot. But as always, thank you guys for all the support, and I don't take any of it for granted. Like I always say, I don't like making the intro too long. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so let's get into it. Section 1. Base slashing. The core of sword combat is your M1 chain. Fast, fluid slashes that link together into clean combos. Landing these hits is all about timing and reading your opponent. But if you repeatedly get guard broken or your block stance runs out, eventually your arms are going to take damage. If you do lose an arm, like I said in the last devlog, the fight doesn't end. You can still swing, but your attack speed and power changes. In this game, I added a unique block vary system, so each time you block an attack, the animation changes. This advocates for more realism because every time the player blocks an attack, they change their stance. Now, let's explain the block stance system. Every time you block an attack, your block stance will decrease. This was made to prevent block abuse for all players who use swords. But your block stance can be improved via training and exercise. Once your block stance is completely broken, if you continue to block, it's only going to hurt your arms. But training and mastery over your blade can help dictate how fast your block stance will recover. And the inverse of, I guess, a block stance you could say for demons is the fact that their fists can only take so much. But going past the block stance endurance, blocking is more than just holding your guard. With perfect timing, you can nullify an incoming attack and set up a counter. Perfect blocking in this game is a punish. Whoever's attack is perfect blocked will be stunned, which would in turn set up an opening for the player to retaliate. The player who perfect blocks is also rewarded block stance. Briefly, let's just go over the next section that was just showcased. M2s. In this game, there will be a variety of different M2s. For example, anyone in the Kamado clan using the Fist M2 will headbutt, or some of the M2s may even be acquired through training. But in this video, the base M2 for the sword combat system is a heavy kick. It can stagger opponents, break their stance, and create an opening for follow-ups. However, it can be cancelled if they're hit during the charge up of the attack. It can also be perfect blocked. But now, onto the next and final section of this video. The clash system. When two players swing at the same time, it would result in a clash. Both players don't take damage, and both of their attack damage is cancelled out. This also goes for NPCs, as you can clash with them as well. But if you clash a certain amount of times, well, that results in a different type of clash. Time for a fun fact. I myself was raised on Naruto Ninja Storm 1, and when two powerful attacks were to collide, both players would get locked in a head-to-head power battle. The clash lasts a certain amount of time, and whoever were to fill their bar up first would win. However, if no one were to fill their bar up fully due to a struggle back and forth, the side with the most bar filled would be victorious. If both players were to be equal in the clash, it cancels out, and both players are blasted back. I've been working on applying this to my game, and thus far, the base cancel each other out clash is done, but the more advanced cutscene clash is still in development, so I can't fully showcase that in this video. But it's better that way, so I can make a full video on it, which would go a lot more in depth than a little 30-second montage. So with all that said, that concludes the base sword combat devlog. All the same, this video took about 8 hours to edit, even though it's so short. But with all that aside, I want to give a special thanks to my Patreon members, the Discord community, and the YouTube community for giving me so much support and love. As always, thank you guys for watching, and until next time. The Lineage Devlog, Episode 6.